Welcome back to ANCA Western Region Live. Our final area of discussion focuses on the concerns of the large Armenian community of the 43rd Assembly District. More than 16% of the residents of this district are Armenian. In some parts of the district, such as Glendale, they make up to 40% of the residents. The issues of how the state deals with efforts relating to Armenian genocide education and contracting with companies that do business with Turkey and Azerbaijan are obviously important to them. Others have sought to see more qualified Armenian Americans in elective as well as public sector positions. Mr. Ramani, will you address these issues that concern your Armenian American constituents?
Well, yes. As I mentioned, coming here to this country when I was 7, and when I moved to Glendale, I think I was about 9 years old, and then went to Hoover High School, I was one of 4 East Indians, my sister, myself, and 2 others. There were 6 Armenians, 13 Cubans, and the rest were the old Glendale. And I've watched this wonderful community grow over the years. And I've been focusing a lot on Main Street business. You take a look at Glendale, a lot of the Main Street business are the Armenian Americans trying to live that immigrant-made good story like I am. And we've watched Glendale wonderfully benefit from all of our immigrants, not only the Armenian Americans, but all of them, Koreans, Hispanics, and whatnot. So I know how sensitive it is that we need to address some of the trials of the past and bring some conclusion. I will continue all that's been done by the former governors and legislatures in California and Sacramento in continuing to honor and recognize the genocide. I think what you hear, though, is the reparations. You had New York Life, it was AXA, some of those that basically had redirected funds that were owed to those people when they were taken from, whether it be insurance policies or from bank accounts. These are things that are owed to people. We've done this in other parts of history, in other cultures and other societies, and this is no different. And I think the Armenian American community wants that resolution, and we need to get that put behind us.
Greg Krikorian, President of the Glendale Board of Education, actually want to predicate with 2 questions for you. First, you were talking earlier about the education crisis and about funding and how it impacts schools. Most school districts throughout the state of California allocate Armenian genocide awareness for 10th grade history as part of the curriculum. And some school districts have purchased books, the new books that we worked with. And the new books actually delineate not only the Armenian genocide, the history of the Armenian genocide, but also talks about the Turkish denial and also occupation of old Armenian land from Mount Ararat, Van, Ani, and Kars. So we're not just looking only for recognition and education, they're also occupying our land. How do you feel about supporting public schools and their textbooks with regards to the section of the Turkish denial and also the Armenian history component of the genocide?
Well, thank you very much, Greg, and good to see you here, especially working with you on so many of the educational foundations. First of all, history is the history. 1.5 million Armenians died. Women, children, seniors. How can anyone discount what happened? It was a genocide. And for history books to dictate it as such is only appropriate. And as far as the entire historical events that surrounded it, from the taking of the land, the occupying of the land, that is history. So I applaud the school system for school districts for using the appropriate textbook. And I'm fully supportive of it. But, going further, and I know Greg being on the school board and the current president of Glendale Unified School District, we face these challenges all the time, not just in what should be in the textbook, but we talk about the funding. And the sooner we get Sacramento out of the business of education, especially with the mandates, and we give the resources down at the local level to people like Greg at Glendale Unified, they know best how to direct the dollars down at the local level alongside our parents. And I can tell you in Glendale and Burbank, with our large Armenian American population, they want to have a say in the education and keeping the culture alive, keeping the history alive, and they want to have a say of those dollars that we're originally sending up to Sacramento. So I applaud the school district for putting the curriculum in the...
Thank you, Sunder. And the last part about it, which was more education-driven, too, with that, was we talked many times at Glendale Education Foundation, principle for today, we talked about funding and adequacy of funding for public education and the challenge we have. And we both said the same line. Basically, to educate a student, you're getting how many? $3.80 an hour? We're educating children?
Yeah. Well, Greg, thank you for reminding me. I was privileged to be principal of the day a few different times at Glendale Unified. And one of the last times it occurred to me, there are 29,000 people that come in and out of the Glendale Unified system every day. And as a business person, I can appreciate the breadth and scope of that size business. How many people out there in the 43rd or across the state of California can handle a business where 29,000 people come in and out? And with our students, here's what we have. Not only are they getting educated, they have a safe environment, they have mealtime, they have athletics, they have music, they have all the play dates, from our K through 6 classes. Everything happens out of the school system. And if you take a look at what we're spending, a little over $4,800 per student per year, and divided by the number of hours, it is coming out to almost $3.50 an hour to educate, to nurture, to provide safety to all our children. I'll tell you one thing, I've had babysitters, and I can't get anybody at that rate. $3.55, I think, is the number. So, God bless our school systems for what they do. We need to get Sacramento to release those dollars.